fifth graders, today we're going to read a book called Toppenham's Day. And he's part of the Wampanoag Indian tribe. And this is a real young man. He's an 11-year-old boy named Isaac, and he lives in Massachusetts today, and he is part of the Wampanoag tribe. And he is reenacting a boy who lived in the 1600s when the Pilgrims were there as well. So enjoy a look inside one day of his life. Quay! Hello, my name's Tapenum. I'm Wampanoag, and my people have lived on this land for all remembered time. Remember, we've called that time immemorial. When I was younger, strangers came from across the sea. We call them Watakonum, coat men. They set up a colony a half-day's walk from here. Now they share the land with us. Today I start a plan to become stronger and improve my hunting. Even though I've promised myself before, this time, I'm serious. Yesterday I found out that the Sinog came and took away all the boys they had chosen for initiation. I was not chosen. Sinog are warriors and advisors to our Sachem, our chief. They're strong, skillful, wise, and kind. The chosen boys who are strong in body and spirit. My friends and I all hope to be picked. I'm disappointed. This year I've grown so tall, and I was sure they would choose me. And I wonder why they didn't. I bet you can relate to that. Today I will follow my plan. I'll practice tracking animals, fletching my kukutash, my arrows, shooting straight and true, and learning stillness in the forest. And I will run long distances every day. This is our summer planting ground near Namaskat, where we live till the frosts come. The soil's good, and this year our corn is growing tall. The streams and ponds are full of fish. Animals are plentiful in the forest. Wasukana, my mother, and my little sister Numpakau care for the corn. If they can keep blackbirds from eating it before it's ripe, we'll have enough to last all winter. Before the sun is up, it's quiet in our Witau, our house. I asked my father, Wishaton, to wake me early this morning so that he'll know I'm serious about training. My father hopes that I will become a panis. I would bring great honor to our family. I prepare quietly to go hunting so I won't wake my mother and sister. The breech clout that I tie around my waist is made of soft deer skin, and I hang my stone knife around my neck. I check that my pouch is full of nukik, ground patched corn, and I tie it around my waist. My pitan, my quiver, is new. I made it from the skin of a fox. As I set out for the forest, the sun is rising. It's not warmed the ground yet, and the birds are just beginning to sing. I say prayers to our Creator, Kitan, and to the spirit of the animals. I ask for success in hunting today. I have nothing to eat all morning. It's best to hunt before the first meal because hunger makes the hunter more serious. But now I grow impatient. I'm too hungry to wait, so I decide to rest and have some nukik. A little bit will quickly fill my stomach. Walking through the forest, I follow the animal paths. I look for droppings as signs. I listen and watch. Many times I turn my head just as a rabbit disappears under the brush. At a place where there are many of the young green plants that rabbits like, I decide to sit here and wait. I put those thoughts aside. At last I hit a rabbit and later on a squirrel. This is a good catch for me. I walk quickly back to the Witu, thinking of hot food. My arms and shoulders ache from drawing the otop so many times. I give my catch to my mother, and she seems pleased, although my father came home with a turkey. My mother gives my father a bowl of sapahog, a bowl of stew, and napaku, and I help ourselves. Numpakau talks on and on about our morning. 100 birds came from the sky, and I shouted and stomped my feet and sang loud songs and scared them away from the corn. Remember, the women and the children are in charge of gardening and taking care of the corn, and they have equal responsibilities. I tell Nutimus about my training plan to hunt every morning and take a long run in the afternoon. I'll never keep up with you at running, he says, but I'll come hunting with you. We can practice fletching our kukudash. At last I start to run. I see smoke in the distance. There are no planting grounds near here. Who would be making a fire in the middle of the day? But I don't slow down, even though I sometimes feel brave, and other times I feel scared. I wish that Nutimus was with me. The smoke is closer now. At the far end of the pool I see the camp. Could it be the coat men? I try to approach quietly, like a warrior. It's an old man, making a mishun, I've seen him before. He's called Waban, and people say he knows all the wisdom of our ancestors. To be respectful, I am quiet until he sees me. Kwe, Waban greets me. Kwe, I say, and I offer him the few fish I have caught. Wow, that's kind. I hope that he'll let me stay with him for a while. Perhaps he will know the secrets of being chosen for initiation. Waban sends me off to get water and more wood for the fire. He speaks of knowing my father and mother, and when he was younger, Waban was a powerful Panis. He shows me how he prepares the sinew and glue. I watch him wrap the sinew around the quill, end of feathers, and the shaft. It takes him a long time to finish just one kokwadat. Very cool, making his own arrows. When it gets dark, we sit beside the water. I complain about how long it takes to prepare a kokwadat, and he looks at me sternly and says, "You are impatient. Wisdom of spirit and strength of body take a long time to achieve. Every small thing you learn must be learned well." Ooh, listen closely, guys. This is good advice. Otherwise, you will have small cracks like a hastily made mishun. You must learn to be patient if you want to become a man or woman. I listened to the night sounds and understand the truth of what Waban had said. I must also practice patience. After a time we talk again. I ask about the Coatmen and their visit to our place. Waban speaks of the land and the water and the many beings that inhabit them. There is enough room for all people, he says. I ask Waban if I can share his fire since I'm so far from home. He welcomes me and gives me a skin. As I fall asleep, I go over the fletching in my mind. Tomorrow I will show Nutimus what I've learned. I look up and see shapes in the stars, Molsk, the bear, and the 3 hunters. Waban's advice echoes in my thoughts. I say a prayer to Kiktam and ask him to help me learn patience and to become a Panis. I'm tired from hunting and fishing and thinking so much today. The warmth of the fire puts me to sleep. Woniak, be well. And I just want to remind you that the Wampanoag Indians still live in Massachusetts today. They're a live and living culture. And there's many in not only Massachusetts, but also in Rhode Island. So this is a map of where they did live and where they still live. So the Plymouth Plantation was right near the Wampanoag tribes. And we look at pottery, jewelry, tools, and weapons that we dig up. And that also, we look at stories that have passed down from generation to generation. So I hope you enjoyed this story of one such boy in the Wampanoag tribe.